I don't know where we are. We must have got lost after that last turn. It is 3:40 p.m. on a clear December afternoon. The war is over. The sea is moderate. But inside the cockpit of a TBM Avenger, Lieutenant Charles Taylor is fighting a battle he cannot win. He is leading Flight 19, 5 bombers, 14 men. At 4 p.m., the tower receives a transmission that defies logic. Both my compasses are out, and I am trying to find Fort Lauderdale. I am sure I'm in the Keys, but I don't know how far down. In the cockpit, panic spreads. Student pilots are heard arguing on the radio. Damn it. If we could just fly west, we would get home. Head west. Damn it. They were right. If they flew west, they would hit the United States. But Taylor, disoriented and trusting a mental map that didn't match reality, ordered them north, then east, directly into the open Atlantic. As the sun set, the weather turned. 20-foot swells, high winds. Taylor's final order was the grim acceptance of fate. When the first plane drops below 10 gallons, we all go down together. They vanished. A rescue plane, a PBM Mariner with 13 crew, went looking for them. It exploded mid-air and vanished too. 27 men, 6 planes, gone in one night. For 80 years, we have blamed this on magnetic vortices, aliens, or Atlantis. But what if I told you the mystery didn't start in the ocean? It started in a pulp magazine. Welcome to Belief Decoded. Today, we are conducting a full forensic autopsy of the Bermuda Triangle. We will analyze the physics of manganese ore, the Benjamin-Feir instability of waves, and the actuarial tables. Every crime needs a suspect. In this case, the suspect is a writer named Vincent Gaddis. In 1964, he wrote an article for Argosy magazine, drawing a line between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, and calling it the deadly Bermuda Triangle. But the man who turned a magazine article into a global religion was Charles Berlitz. In 1974, his book sold 20 million copies. Berlitz was a master of omitting facts. Let's look at his Exhibit A, the Japanese freighter Raifuku Maru, which sank in 1925. Berlitz claimed the ship sent a terrifying, supernatural message. Danger like dagger now. Come quick! Before vanishing without a trace. He implied a UFO or a beam of energy. Here is the forensic reality Berlitz hid from you. First, the ship didn't sink in the triangle. It sank in the North Atlantic, near Boston, 1,000 miles away. Second, it didn't vanish. The liner RMS Homeric arrived on the scene and watched it sink in a furious storm. And that dagger quote, it was a panicked Japanese radio operator struggling with English, likely saying, "Now very danger." Berlitz took a tragedy, moved it across the ocean, erased the witnesses, and sold it as a mystery. This is how myths survive. Not through evidence, but through repetition. Once the label exists, the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon kicks in. We ignore the millions of ships that pass safely, and we obsess over the few that don't. But what about Flight 19? What about the spinning compasses? For decades, the core of the myth has been that the Bermuda Triangle is one of 2 places on Earth where a magnetic compass points to true north, confusing pilots. This is a misunderstanding of geophysics. There is indeed an invisible line where magnetic north and true north align. It's called the Agonic Line. But the Earth is not a static rock. The outer core is a churning ocean of molten iron. As it moves, the magnetic field moves. This is called westward drift. In 1900, yes, the Agonic Line cut right through the triangle. In 1945, during Flight 19, it was still close enough to create a zero variation zone. This likely confused Lieutenant Taylor. He expected his compass to point off-center when it pointed true north, but he didn't see the land he expected. He assumed the compass was broken, not his intuition. But here is the crucial part. That line has moved. In 2025, the Agonic Line is now in the Gulf of Mexico. If you are flying over Bermuda today, your compass will point about 14 degrees west of true north. The magnetic anomaly of the Bermuda Triangle isn't a paranormal vortex. It's just history. Navigating today with a map from 1945 isn't a mystery. It's a crash waiting to happen. If magnetism isn't the killer, is it the water itself? March 1918, the USS Cyclops, a 540-foot behemoth, 306 crew. It vanishes without distress call. Berlitz said it happened in calm weather. Meteorological records show a gale was blowing, but the smoking gun wasn't the weather. It was the cargo. The Cyclops was a collier designed to carry coal. But on this final voyage, she was loaded with manganese ore. Manganese is significantly denser than coal. 10,000 tons of manganese takes up less space than 10,000 tons of coal, creating massive stress points on the hull. Furthermore, the Cyclops was a Proteus-class ship. Naval investigations revealed a fatal flaw in this class. The longitudinal I-beams running along the ship's spine were prone to corrosion from the sulfuric acid in coal dust. So, you have a ship with a corroded spine, overloaded with a dense, heavy metal, steaming on one engine into a storm. This brings us to the mechanism of destruction. Rogue waves. The triangle is home to the Gulf Stream, a current moving north at 5 knots. When a storm blows south, the wind hits the current head-on. Scientists call this the Benjamin-Feir instability. The current compresses the waves. They steal energy from their neighbors. The MaxWave project, using satellite radar, confirmed that these waves exist. They are not myths. They are 100-foot vertical walls of water. Imagine an 8-story apartment building made of solid water, moving faster than a car. If the Cyclops, overloaded and brittle, hit the trough of one of these waves, it wouldn't just leak, it would snap in half. A ship that breaks in two sinks in minutes. There is no time for an SOS. We have physics, we have history, but the final nail in the coffin comes from the people who lose money when ships sink. If the Bermuda Triangle was truly cursed, the first people to notice wouldn't be sailors. It would be accountants. Lloyd's of London is the world's oldest insurance market. If the triangle was statistically dangerous, they would charge a war risk or hazard premium. They don't. In a 1975 letter to Fate magazine, Lloyd's explicitly stated, "We do not charge higher rates for this area." Let's look at the 2024 data from Allianz. Where's the real danger? The South China Sea. 184 ships lost in the last decade. The East Mediterranean? 115 ships? The British Isles? 54 ships. And the Bermuda Triangle? 18 ships. The South China Sea is statistically 10 times more dangerous. The World Wildlife Fund doesn't even list the Triangle in its top 10 dangerous shipping lanes. We have been terrified of a region that accounts for less than 2.5% of global shipping losses. So what is the Bermuda Triangle? It is a manufactured mystery. It is a feedback loop created by bad journalism, amplified by our love for the unknown, and sustained by the frequency illusion. The ocean is a terrifying place. It has rogue waves that can snap a tanker like a twig. It has currents that can hide wreckage in the deepest trenches on Earth. We don't need aliens to explain the tragedy of Flight 19 or the USS Cyclops. The physics of our planet are miraculous and deadly enough. In the end, the most dangerous thing in the Bermuda Triangle isn't the water. It's the human mind when it ignores the instruments and trusts the fear. If you enjoyed this forensic deep dive, make sure to like and subscribe. Next week, we are looking at something that follows you home: the evil eye. Is it just superstition? Or is there a biological reason we can feel a stare? Thanks for watching Belief Decoded.